Hi, I'm Josh Curving, and welcome back to another Death Battle prediction video. But first, Flash versus Quicksilver. Yeah, that was obvious. There's really nothing to go into. They lowballed the hell out of the Flash, but I kind of had a feeling they would. The animation was okay. Oddly enough, it felt a bit slow, which is kind of a crime when it comes to these two characters. I felt like a bit more actual fighting would have been nice as opposed to it being like a race. Well, it might just be me. Also, one thing that one of my friends picked out, the sprite that they used, the eye color changes sometimes between blue and green, which becomes extremely noticeable when he's doing the running, and it's literally going blue, green, blue, green, blue, green. So, I don't know that. The animation did have a pretty cool part, though, with the, when they go into the Speed Force. That was a very good scene. But it gets immediately killed by the fact that the kill shot itself is lame as all hell. Like, the joke after it was good, but really, like, that was a pretty lame kill. Other than that, there's really nothing to talk about here. So, we have Joker versus Sweet Tooth, or, Cane Needles. So I actually haven't played any Twisted Metal myself, but interestingly enough, it doesn't end up mattering because they're not using most of his stuff in the immediate sense. The weird thing about this fight is that it kind of has two different variables. Like, Twisted Metal is known for the driving sections and how strong the Sweet Tooth car is itself. Like, it's a ice cream truck that's like loaded out with like missiles and Gatling guns and ramming plates and all sorts of shit. In that, Joker has no chance of winning at all in any regard. And that's ignoring the fact that it can also turn into a flying mech with a nuke. Like, what are we even talking about here? The only question is, like, a fight on foot, which would be kind of stupid, all things considered. Because, really, this fight is here to show off the characters, so if we're not showing off what Sweet Tooth has with his car, then what are we portraying with the character? So, he has to have his car, meaning he stomps. But that said, on foot, because there's probably going to be a section for it, Kane has a like big machete, he has a shotgun, he has a pistol, he's got a bunch of like very standard lethal weapons. Pair that against the Joker. The Joker is, I have to admit, way more skilled a fighter. He goes toe-to-toe with Batman too much for it to be called an outlier. So, I'd say he is skilled enough to fight off Sweet Tooth. However, that said, Joker's kit is largely based around showmanship as opposed to straight-out lethality. For example, his revolver, the first time he pulls the trigger, a flag will come out. And then that's when the person would go, oh, thank God I'm not dead. But then he pulls the trigger again and it actually shoots. So what's going to win if you point two guns at each other? That or a normal revolver? It's just a matter of wasting time when someone who is far more lethal is not going to give you the chance to do so. Other than that, Joker has an acid spraying flower that he keeps on his chest. Okay, sure, that might do something. It has a piss poor range, and yeah, not much to say there. He's used tranquilizer darts, but as stated in Twisted Metal Black, Kane is actually immune to any of the drugs they tried to use on him in the like when he was at the criminal facilities, and that would include tranquilizers in a violent psychopath ward. Beyond that, he has the joy buzzer, which is a little like hand thing that electrocutes people. And here's the thing about that one too, is that Kane survived and actually laughed off the electric chair and then killed all the guards in the room. So another thing that's straight up not going to work. So in this case, we have too many things that are just straight up not going to work on him that give Kane more chances to attack and kill him. The only thing that Joker has in this fight is unpredictability. He's smarter, and he has more fighting skill and experience. Ultimately, I don't think that's enough to overcome the fact that Kane has vastly better equipment in the form of the Sweet Tooth and the Sweet Mech. But I don't know, like, they could throw this either way, because I know they're giving him Titan Joker from Batman Arkham Asylum for some fucking reason, and that all but confirms that he loses, because if they're having him do that, then even if he wins after the fight, he goes straight into the Arkham City events where he's friggin' dying. So in that case, you have to look at it as he's going for either a loss or a tie. So if he uses it, he loses. There's ultimately not too much to talk about here, but based on Torian's Twitter, we know that there's a picture of a silhouette of a dude driving. My personal thoughts, and he said that this is the next death battle, so I personally think it's going to be James Bond versus Jason Bourne, and that's a fun fight that I cannot wait to go into. Other than that, though, there's nothing really much to talk about. I will see you guys on the next one.